Good morning, friends. Welcome to Surreal Sociology. Let's discuss about the ideology of Marxist feminism. Marxist feminism is a branch of feminist theory that combines Marxist analysis of class struggle and capitalism with feminist perspective of gender oppression. It examines how gender inequalities intersect with economic and class inequalities. It explores the way in which capitalism reinforces and perpetuates gender-based oppression. Marxist feminism also highlights the ways in which women are adversely affected by economic exploitation and social injustice within capitalist societies. One major aspect of Marxist feminism is the recognition that women's oppression is not solely due to their gender but also influenced by their social class. It asserts that the capitalist mode of production creates and maintains gender inequalities by exploiting both male and female workers. For example, women often face lower wages, limited job opportunities, and unequal access to resources and power within capitalist economies. Further, Marxist feminism recognizes that capitalism and patriarchy are interconnected systems of oppression. It argues that women's oppression is not solely a result of gender-based discrimination but is also rooted in the capitalist mode of production. Marxist feminist highlights the concept of the domestic labor and reproductive labor performed by women within the private sphere. This includes unpaid household chores, child rearing, and emotional labor. Marxist feminists argue that this unpaid labor supports and reproduces the capitalist system by providing them cheap and free labor force. Furthermore, Marxist feminism critiques the idea of commodity feminism, which refers to the commodification of women's bodies and the use of feminist ideals to promote consumerism. Marxist feminism explores the ways in which capitalism commodifies women's bodies and reproductive labor. Marxist feminism examines how women's bodies are objectified and used as means of profit in industries such as pornography, sex work, and surrogacy. Marxist feminism argue that these forms of exploitations are deeply rooted in the capitalist system where women's bodies are commodified for profit and subjected to patriarchal control. Moreover, Marxist feminists critique the gender division of labor and the way it reinforces gender inequality. They argue that the capitalist mode of production relies on the subordination of women's labor and the reinforcement of traditional gender roles. For instance, women often face lower wages, limited career advancement, and job insecurity due to patriarchal norms and capitalist exploitation. Furthermore, Marxist feminists analyze how capitalism and patriarchy intersect to reproduce gender-based inequalities. They argue that women's subordination is not only economic but also deeply rooted in social and cultural norms. For instance, capitalist systems often perpetuate the objectification and sexualization of women in advertising and media, reinforcing gender stereotypes and contributing to the marginalization of women. Marxist feminists analyzed how capitalism intersects with other forms of oppression, such as racism and colonialism. They recognize that women's experiences of oppression are shaped by their intersecting identities. For example, women of color may face not only gender-based discrimination but also racial discrimination and economic exploitation. Marxist feminist emphasizes the importance of addressing these multiple forms of oppression within the framework of class struggle. Women from marginalized and working class backgrounds often face compounded inequalities due to the interactions of gender and class. For instance, working class women may face additional challenges such as lack of access to affordable childcare, limited employment opportunities, and inadequate social welfare support. Marxist feminism seeks to address these structural inequalities and advocates for comprehensive social policies that address the specific needs and struggles for women from marginalized and working class backgrounds. Additionally, Marxist feminism critiques the idea of private property and its impact on women's liberation. Private property, as a central aspect of capitalism, has historically enabled the subjugation of women, particularly within the institution of the family. Marxist feminists argue that women's liberation requires a collective transformation that could challenge the traditional family structure. Further, Marxist feminists advocate for social change through collective action and the transformation of capitalist structures. They emphasize the importance of solidarity among diverse groups affected by capitalism and patriarchy, including working class women, LGBTQ+ individuals, and racial and ethnic minorities. Their goal is to dismantle capitalist systems and establish a socialist society that prioritizes equality, social welfare, and shared ownership of resources. Overall, Marxist feminism provides a framework to understand the ways in which gender oppression intersects with class exploitation. It underscores the importance of addressing both capitalism and patriarchy to achieve true gender equality. By analyzing the underlying structures and advocating for collective action, Marxist feminism aims to challenge and transform the social, economic, and political systems that perpetuate gender inequalities. This is for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session. Have a nice day. Thank you. Jai Hind.